Good morning. Welcome back with me, Drknative, with another Magic the Gathering Arena video. So, I've noticed there's been a lot of cat oven decks going around, and apparently that seems to be the main thing to go with. And it's getting to the point that that's like the only deck I tend to face lately, which I'm actually considering starting to try to brew some decks for Historic. It seems to be that's the place to be. And I think it would make sense because it's a much larger group of cards to play from. So I think I might go and do that. But for now, I do have a brew now for Standard. Mr. Steal Your Board. This deck was inspired by Mono Black. He has a deck that runs Fires of Invention with Finale of Revelation to draw a ton of cards, and using Fires of Intervention to pay nothing for his other cards like Risen Reef and Flame Sweep, he uses the mana he does accumulate to cast a very large Hydrocrisis to win him the game. I like the idea, but I felt there wasn't enough win conditions in the game, because essentially the only really win condition he had was Hydrocrisis or Agent of Treachery if he can keep Agent Treachery on the board, and even then he had to worry about milling himself, because once he did get an agent or two to stick to the board, he was drawing 9 cards from Agent Treachery at the end of the turn. The same turn he got 7 cards from Finale of Revelation, or 10 cards from there. So in one turn he's got 19 cards, and he's wondering, you know, what do I do, because I only have 18 cards in my deck. So I tried to find a way to keep the theme of like drawing the cards and stealing everything from the board, but giving me more ways to win while doing that. So I made a few changes. My changes were, I added the Royal Scions. Their -8 is draw 4 cards. When you do the Royal Scions, deal damage to any target equal to the number of cards in your hand. So imagine you play a Finale for 10, get 10 cards. Now your hand size is infinite. You ultimate this, draw 4 more cards, and do 14 damage to your opponent. But obviously this is going to be much later in the game, so it's very easy that we have 18 cards, 25 cards, 27 cards in hand, and then just ultimate and then ping, that's the end of the game. I also added a Chandra because I felt like, you know, games aren't always going to go the way you plan them. So if I do get a Fire's Invention, but I can't seem to hit a Hydrocrisis or can't find my Royal Scions, so maybe thinking about adding more, maybe one more too, I can Chandra. It's a late game threat that can't be countered, it has to be dealt with. It's a board clear, it's a 1 turn tick, like it's just an all around really good card. It perfectly fits in our colors. So our initial goal is to try to go, you know, Fires, you know, Ancient Treasury, Mass Manipulation, and just steal all their stuff. If we are unable to do that because, you know, we're going against a control board, you know, Mass Manipulation, Final Revolution, keep constantly getting countered, we have a Chandra. Only one of, but it's something. We have a Chandra, so we can put that down and like force them to now have to make an answer. For the more aggro matchups, that's where we have Flame Sweep. Really, that's all we have is Flame Sweep and maybe early Hydrocrisis. A 2/2 or 3/3 Hydrocrisis. Draw a couple cards, buy us some time. This deck really has a bad matchup against aggro because it's a late game, it's a grindy deck. So you're trying to get to turn 4, turn 6 before you really do anything. But once you get to turn 4, 5, and 6, you're not sitting on 2 or 3 cards. You're sitting on a full hand of 7 or 12 cards or whatever, so you essentially have your main pieces already in your hand as soon as you get to that turn. So now you just do your thing. But and another change that's in here is Interplanar Beacon. It originally had the land you pop, search for basic land. I can't remember the name of it off the top of my head, but because I don't even have the card, that's why. Field of Passage. So I don't have any currently right now, and I don't have enough to craft it. I do feel that this is a good in addition to having the deck, because that's what he had in his original deck. Because there's always that chance that you pull all blues and greens and you have flame sweep and fires in your hand. This quickly allows you to mana fix to get that 1 or 2 red that you're missing, or that 1 green or 1 blue that you really need because you didn't draw it. And unfortunately, I don't have it, so I decided to replace it with Penetrating Flame of Lincoln. So if I have Scions and Chandra coming out, I can kind of gain some life, just in case we go against something like aggro, or a mono red deck of some sort. And I'm really tempted to add another Royal, because it also gives me early card draw. Turn 3, draw a card, discard a card. And I'm not too worried about discarding cards, because ultimately we're trying to finale Revelation for 10, so that I get my entire graveyard put back in my deck, and then I start the whole process over again. So I can always refuel myself. So the goal is mana, draw, and then set him up to essentially one-hit wonder our opponent. But there is no sideboard right now. I need to start. That's something I need to practice on, because I'm not the greatest Magic player in the world. I need to start learning how to properly sideboard, so I can make decks best of 3 as best of 1 as well. Because I know a lot of people prefer to play best of 3, and it is funner playing best of 3. But in this format, in the arena, it's just easy to get more games and get more play in a best of 1 scenario. But we'll take it for a spin. So I haven't played any rank this season, so why don't we put us in rank and just see what happens. I think eventually at some point I'll when I have the time, sit down and actually grind out rank and try to get higher than platinum, because I think platinum is the highest I've gotten. So yeah, that's way too rich for my blood. So we're gonna roll down to 6. Yeah, I'm not going to 5. We do have a flame sweep for early removal. Not enough for Iron Crag, and then if we can draw land, then this can be a 3/3. Yeah, I'll probably end up dropping Chandra, because that's just too high. And it sucks that we're on the draw, so it's a grindy deck that's no, let's hope to get an actual mana based land, 'cause I need more red. There we go, there's some red. Man, something's really bothering my eye. So all this blue, white. I feel like he's trying to bait me for counters. Oh, he missed the land drop. That's crucial. Okay, he is definitely holding counters. Fires of Invention, huh? He is most definitely holding counters. So I'm gonna pay this. And then even if he counters this, I'm still gonna get the life and get the cards. So I'm gonna pay that for 3. Oh, no counters. Okay. Yep. So we now have agents on. Okay, good. Because now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna agent treasury and steal this fire. Boom. Awesome. Worked out pretty well. So, it looks like he just kind of got screwed. Didn't get the mana he was looking for. So, hey, now we're talking deck building. If you guys have any ideas or suggestions for decks for historic, shoot them my way. I'd be willing to like take what you have and like play it, test it, and then maybe do some tweaks of my own if you so choose. Baby, all he needs now is kids. 3. We do have a Risen Reef. We'll keep it. Now I need actual like mana. So plan of action is go Risen Reef. And it's still gonna have to be Risen Reef. Really hoping for land. No, there isn't Reef. Oh. Yeah, he's gonna grow that. So Flame Sleep will only kill Stormfist Crusader if we get it. This is one of the ones where we really struggle with. It's an aggro matchup. Nice. Oh my goodness, we just can't get what we're looking for, huh? This one's pretty much a loss. Yeah, that's game. Couldn't hit no land. Yeah, we finally hit land, but it's like too little, too late. Yeah, that's it. So I can't remember how much land am I running in this deck. I believe I'm running 27, which that blows my mind. Like I'm running so much land, and I'm still unable to hit lands like I should. Matter of fact, yes, I'm running 27 lands. But oh well, yes, there. Sometimes it's how it falls. Mordecai. Have no red, but I can scry. and I have no early players. Well, I could play Scions. No, I can't play Scions. No red. I'm gonna keep. I'm gonna risk it because if we draw a red, then we're like in business. Or not. So the goal here is to get Finale of Revelation so I can pay 10 if possible to get all my I'm definitely not going to get a red at this rate. So I'm going to try to Hydro Traces to get some cards before he mills everything out. Get that on top. If he mills me, then that's fine. I'd rather get me into more red and try to get Finale. Temur mill. So much for the Hydrocrisis. He's doing a very good job of just locking us out of this game. Thought Erasure, maybe? Nope, he's just... We gotta get him out of his hand, so might as well play everything so he counters everything. Oh, there went one of my Finale. Oh, that's Mass Manipulate. So I've lost one Finale, 2 Mass. Counter, but I still get my cards. And I still get my life. Which life won't matter in this deck. Or sorry, this matchup. Alright, we got Finale. Now if we can just get 12 mana. That's fine. That's perfect. I want him to use all the counters he's got because I want this to resolve. So I still need 4 more mana. And he's just gonna outvalue me here soon. He's always leaving a counter open, man. I'd rather him counter fires. Oh my goodness. Yeah, that's too late. We just fell behind. Yeah, that's bad. Probably shouldn't have kept that hand. Maybe I should mulligan more aggressively. Hold on. I'll change this lighting real quick. There we go. I'm gonna keep that Scions, even though I probably should. But I actually have the mana. Oh, no, should have kept it. Sure, that's more mana. That's also life gain. Flame Sweep would be really good this matchup.
With my sister by my side, I do not fear the unknown. A quest of mystery.
Alright, so with another red, I can pay this, get 7 mana. Nope, because I don't have enough blue. It's just 7 red. So really don't want to drop a land, but I gotta drop a land. April 1690. So we're in a kind of a tight spot right now. I don't have any way to respond other than to draw. He's gonna pump it up.
I think I have made a tactical error.
Alright, now I'm getting flooded with mana, which is not good at all. Yeah, Yeah, just no flame sweep. So yeah, no way to deal. That's pretty much game. Two, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah. Yeah, I think I need to mulligan more aggressively. I can't wait on these 3 mana plays. I have to like mull to my. Well, now that I think about it, I think everything at low man is 3 mana plays. Growth spell is normally 2 mana play. Let's change it up a little bit since it takes too long to get to. I mean, that is a lot of 3. My 3 is kind of overcrowded. So let's add a Risen Reef. Let's drop the growth spirals. Actually, I really want to make that work. So I'm gonna drop. Actually, I'm gonna drop Flame Sweep. I'm going to add back the growth spirals. Bring fires down to 3. Let's do agents down 1. No, agents is what we're trying to do. Actually, no. We'll put agents down 1 because Hydro Crystals can draw us into more up our roll. Let's try that. This gives me a little bit of early something. I probably need to tweak it just a little bit more than that. Because the goal is to quickly get mana to get to fires, to draw cards, and then kind of run away with the game there. Need to make a more of a value train engine. Yeah, an Arboreal with no green. We'll keep that. Since there's no red, we drop flyers. Oh, wow, there's a red. Oh my goodness. So I can make this crisis as big as possible. Yeah. I got the mana already. Oh, okay. Well, guess they didn't like their hand. Yeah, that was a misplay already on my part. I should have kept fires and dropped Krasis. Or actually, should I? Actually, I should have dropped the land. Because I have a real high chance we didn't have 27 lands to draw into land. So I should have dropped the land. Yeah, drop the land. Use Krasis to draw possibly into more land. Use the scry lands to scry into more land. So, yeah, I misplayed from the beginning. El Loco. I mean, he is Karn. Yeah, I actually like this hand. Turn 1 a Boreal to a turn 2 Royal. Also allows me to get my blue. Yep. So this is very good. Charming Prince. I don't think I've seen anybody play that.
I lead the way, but my brother knows.
Rock card, discard.
I will learn what nobody yet knows.
Shucks. Kind of need that land. Can't drop fires. I guess we'll. This, we don't really need the green as much as we need the blue. Yeah, I need to draw. I need to stay ahead.
A quest of mystery.
So I'm gonna drop the Crisis. Isn't it always in hindsight that you just like maybe I should have dropped the land and just used the Crisis, but it would have only been a 3/3 with 1 card draw. Oh, it came back anyway. Another Crisis. Question is, what would I discard? What would I discard? I need this land. It's gonna let me describe. Maybe not.
I enjoy the proper application of knowledge. my back, Rowan!
Well, I definitely know what I'm dropping.
My plan is crystallizing.
So there's 2 blue. That only gives me 6. So I'm gonna have to finale for 6. Yeah, I'm gonna have to finale for 6. That's not too bad. No, yeah, 6.
I love a good fight.
That's fine. Oh, baby. So... I don't want to drop any of that.
For the realm. Should be going at it now.
My answers lie in the cold truth.
Two, 8, 9. So what I'm gonna try to do, get 2 more land, so I can finale for 10. Put all my stuff back in my deck, and get that Scion back. Get it back in my deck at least. Let's see, yeah. So we want to. He's really just like screwing on land. It seems like. Let's take that too. finale.
Bravery galvanizes any plan.
Didn't even get finale off, but okay. Yeah, I know I'm only in bronze, so I guess you can't really say my deck is all that great. I haven't done any ranking up, so sue me. Still learning how to pilot this deck too, because I notice I'm making a lot of bad calls in retrospect, but in how it always, in hindsight, you always see what you could have done. That's Scions, and if I get another land, that's Fires. Something else I've noticed, I need to pay more attention to when I go first and when I go second. Because that really does have a big impact on like what you should keep in your hand. So that train started. I'm about to take 3, 4. Okay, not what I was looking for, but
Greatest virtue.
Aye, with the knowledge to direct it. What is my strategy here?
so I'm gonna. Oh, I might not survive.
Hey, don't start any fires without me.
You see, it's 2 for each one, so 2, 4, 6, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Out of here. That's it. So that's why I had the flame sweeps in there. But if you don't get it, it's like the algorithm purposely puts you to get things that your deck can't beat. Yeah. But it costs 3, so you don't have any other low cost removal in these colors. Other than like maybe a shock, but the shock wouldn't have saved me there. Like you need more. You should have dropped that to 3 or dropped that to 4. Actually, no, because I need more draw. I need draw. Like, more card to draw quickly. Anyway, just turned out that way. He had the amazing start, and he had like 4 1-1s and 2 calamities, so what can you say? I mean, there's a Scion, but I'm not doing that on turn 1 and turn 2. And I didn't even check to see if I was going first. We are not going first. Alright, that helps make up for the... Evar Gearson. Quench? People dispute. Huh. Is he just full of counter spells? And the reason that worked is it says you're gonna cast spells on your turn. He did that during my turn, so that's how I was able to get away with it. Looks like you might be hurting for mana. No more lands. I might have to cast this for 2 because I need to keep drawing. Player is thinking like a Teferi should. It's not his first rodeo. Can't make up his mind, I guess. Not quite sure what he wants to do. But I quite like this deck. Probably still needs more tweaking. Something that, you know, don't have to be a great early game, just something to survive the early game. It seems that our friend has stopped playing. Yeah, so this is probably going to go to a win because they've just decided not to participate. It's quite unfortunate. Yeah, he's just gonna go to a window S due to just not playing. It sucks because it just wastes our time. Like, if you don't want to interact, just quit. don't know, maybe this is a ploy to hope that I just get frustrated and quit. Let's play with the kitty cat. Let's make them green. Actually, no, let's make them blue. Blue, I want blue. Yeah, blue. Blue. Oh yeah, do you guys like that new dragon pet? It looks kind of gross to me, actually. I would hope they would put more money into fixing the UI so that I can actually go back after I make something in the deck and not have to go back in the deck. And I wish there was some way to organize your decks or something. Like, for being a complete game now, I'm surprised we don't have any, or have a better UI interface than what we have now. But it's just me. But yeah, that's pretty much how the deck goes. Ramp up as quick as possible. I might change the deck a little more to be more rampy, I guess. Just to try to get to fires and to all the crazy seas, crises. I don't know. But yeah, that was the deck. If you liked it, don't forget to like and subscribe. Follow me at both Drknative at YouTube, Twitter, and Twitch. And I hope you guys had a great day, and I'll see you guys later.